The following program, Retro Rangers, is a production of Starbase 80, and I, Captain John, aka John Weber, am here to assure you that we follow the doctrine of fair use. We're not here to re-show someone else's show. We're not here to show someone's movie. We are here to show you clips, and we will react to them live right along with you as you watch them with us, and we will review them live. Do you like it? How much do you like it? Why do you like it? And that is fair use. A lot of these clips have also been transformed from their original form. Why am I telling you that? Because we get hit with copyright restrictions every single week, and it's just part of the show. But if the people hitting us with that are paying any attention at all, I don't think they are. At least there's this: we operate under fair use. We love you. We appreciate you. We love using clips that aren't ours so that we can promote them and describe them to people and get your fresh reactions from them. And that's what we do at Retro Rangers. At some point, I will make this a more official disclaimer, but at this point, I'm still doing it live. Anyway, it's time for Retro Rangers, everybody.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
This week, oh my God, it's too high. What am I going to learn? Crank the volume all the way up on these clips. This week on Retro Rangers, we will be watching clips from classic comedy. Are these the greatest clips? Yeah, maybe. Are these the greatest clips, bar none? No clips are better than these? I don't know about that. These are just the clips we're grabbing for this particular show. And hey, if you want to suggest clips for the next time we do classic comedy, go right ahead. But I think you're going to like the comedians that we show you this week. And hey, I'm not alone in doing this, of course. I have a fantastic co-host. To know him is to love him. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him. It's Joe Townsell. Mr. Townsell, so good to see you, sir.
Captain, so good to see you as always. I would like to compliment you on your second week of offering a disclaimer at the beginning of the show. It reminds me a little bit of an old Frasier rerun, actually, early on, where he's running like crazy back from the bathroom so he could say, "This is KACO." Says, "Can't we put that on tape?" So maybe that's something to strive for you. But I will add that we, in addition to everything else, what we do not do on Retro Rangers, as you will attest, we do not monetize either.
Very excellent point. One of the things that saves us, how do we get to do this week by week? We do not monetize. And by not monetizing, we are literally not selling anything at all. And with that, let's talk about JoeTownsell.com.
Well, with this one exception.
Here's the thing, Joe. Here's the thing. Oh my gosh, did I jump ahead? Oh, terrible. I was trying to hit the volume. There we go. Here's the thing. I looked that up. Are we going to have to announce that this is a sponsored show because we do promos all the time for JoeTownsell.com? We do not, and there's a reason why. There's a reason why. Because none of us are paying.
It stands reason, doesn't it?
It's very reasonable. We are exchanging zero money between me and Joe to do this. I appreciate Joe being our co-host and coming every week and giving us his expertise, because Joe is an excellent author and an excellent storyteller. You really should check out his books and his collections of stories. And we, of course, have an announcement coming up at the end of the show.
And John, I'll just say quickly that the check is in the mail. Just kidding, everybody.
No check, no mail. Please, no check, no mail. But no money. No money at all. Amoral Crackpot, aka Steve, and his beautiful wife Adina is here as
Oh,
well. And they are bombing us with the most adorable emoticons, if you will. But Joe, we as you know, oh geez, did I do this right? Did I do this right? As you know, we are, oh my gosh. Hang on. I never finished what I was doing over on YouTube, which was to pull up our playlist. Thank goodness, there it is. Okay. Okay. It's so terrible when I have to do more than one thing at a time because I'm not good at any particular one thing. So doing two of them, that's tricky. That is tricky. Doing more, thank God I have Joe here. That's all I can say.
well,
We have a fantastic guest this week. He
yes.
is a guy who went to the same school as me. He belonged to the same TV show and sketch group that I did. And that's is that a turtle? I thought it was a dinosaur. Okay. Either way, I'm slow and I'm old. So it works both ways for Medina there. This young man, I just absolutely adore him. He is probably one of the nicest people I have ever known. And I still can't believe that he's so funny because funny people are never as nice as this man unless they're named Joe Townsell.
Oh, you are so kind. Thank you.
Hey,
And
man,
yes, I've had the pleasure of meeting our guest in the green room, and I'm already enchanted. I can't wait to bring him on.
Absolutely. And Joe, you also have dabbled in the photography field. I believe.
Yes, I was going to
Am I
mention
wrong?
that to our guest in the green room, but
Yeah.
I'd like to consider myself a somewhat talented amateur when it comes to photography. But yes, I mean, at my old job, I worked for a big law firm and that was San Diego based for many years. And part of my responsibilities in their marketing department was I was the staff photographer, which meant I did attorney and staff portraiture as well as event photography.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know that.
Well, thank you. You knew enough to get me rolling, so watch out for that. But
Well, let's bring him in. He is just one of the nicest people in the world, and I am thrilled to introduce you to him. Here is Barry Korbman.
I do 21, got 40.
No money, no money,
No?
no money, no money.
No, I'm all right. I'm sorry.
Barry the K. Such a pleasure to have you with us.
Hi, guys.
Now, Barry, we talked just a little bit about how there were people in your life who had never heard your nickname used, Barry the K.
I was just sharing with you, kind gentlemen. I was in temple yesterday for the Sabbath, and one of my congregants friends, including my rabbi, were like, Barry the K? Okay. All right. That might take a little while, but yeah, it was a name given to me from my friends from that show, Nothing Special, and my friend Mike and Chris and all these guys. I guess it came from Murray the K.
Murray the K.
Was yeah. So that was a little nickname that kind of carried for years. And so now my fellow temple, my rabbi now knows, hey, it's Barry the K.
Hey, it's Barry the K.
Wow.
Well, and Chris Regan, who's also a fantastic guy, says Barry is okay.
Okay.
That is correct. Well, Barry, when you graduated from Ithaca College, were you working for other people or did you start your business then?
My first job was working for a stock market photo agency in New York City. So we provided stock photography. It then went from there to working for a publishing house, heading up the photography department for Bauer Publications and heading up, the work for the fashion department, for the food department. And we would run all the photo shoots. One of the best clients that we worked with for the publication was Richard Simmons. he was awesome. He was the great. Yeah. Because what we would do, Joe, you're gonna kick out of this. What we would do is we had a weekly publication, and we had to work with different props for different articles. So like we would have a really huge pencil we got from the city, as a prop for, write down your daily log of what you eat. And he had this health, he had his health column for our publication. So like a really enlarged like teaspoon. And he would run around the studio. We had to like calm him down. Like, okay, let's get in front of the kid. Come on, buddy. Like, and it would take like half an hour to get Richard to kind of like relax. Like, all right, okay, we're doing good. And he was the great. He was incredibly strong. Like he really had some serious ability. But it was so much fun. We had such a great time. Yeah, seriously, dude. Yeah, major. But he was so much. So that's what I did for a little while. Yeah.
Oh,
then I went on my own. Like Joe, doing my own thing.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Barry, and one of the things I always admired about you, Barry, and this is gonna sound ridiculous, but it is true, is that you're still a funny guy, but you didn't throw you got a trade, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You found a trade, as opposed to someone like me who is like, well, I'm pretty sure I can keep doing sketch comedy the rest of my life. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, not really.
Yeah,
sort of. And I can't tell you how many times I was like, man, I just wish I'd learned something technical.
Yeah. So
it just doesn't match my personality.
So it was funny because I was the only photo major with this group, with my friends Chris and Mike, and you were a couple years, Dave, friend Dave Juskow and Danny Vermont, all these guys, went to school with, and it was just fun. I got to tell you, it was always been fun to like watch you guys interact, and it I guess it just rubbed off because you guys were hysterical.
Well, okay. See, that's you being modest, because here's what I saw. Now, I graduated, and then the next class that came in, I believe, was your class, Barry.
Yeah, I came in 86.
86.
Fall of 86.
86. Yeah. So, and I'll never forget, as I was finishing summer school, because I didn't actually graduate because I didn't have enough credits. So I had to do a couple more months in Ithaca in summer school to get enough credits to go. Okay. I also had to raise my grade point average, so it would be over a C. And my parents were doing very well at the time, and my mom had actually said, why are you rushing it all? We would have paid for one more year of college. And it's probably better that I didn't. So they had that money later. But oh my God, I was so ill prepared to go off into the world, and that's not the college's fault. That's my fault. But I missed everybody, and so when I did finally see the sketches you guys were doing, I was like, oh no, they're so much better than we were. We were like these pioneers in a lot of ways, but you guys really were so good. You're so funny. Your productions were so much better. Technically, you guys were so much better, but
we had amazing writing people. We had amazing writing. I mean, my friend Brian and Dave J, great writing skills, and they came up with hysterical stuff. So,
and Barry was, everybody said that, let's see, I think it was you and Brian. People would say like, oh yeah, they're both the new John.
Yeah. You
guys would hear that a lot.
But the funny thing was, unfortunately, we never met you. So we're like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Shrug.
All right. Yeah.
Just
okay.
Gonna do what we do.
We can do right. We can. Okay. We'll do John. All right.
I was very lucky. I was treated with kid gloves by everybody in the group because I was not afraid to act. I was not afraid to improvise. They were so supportive of me, and they were good actors too. They were really good actors too.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the confidence that I had. So a lot of times I was pushed to the front, and my attitude and my sass would really come through. And that was great because everybody was very supportive of me. And I didn't do a lot of writing, and I sure didn't do a lot of directing. But eventually the guys that were coming out of, this was Ithaca College, and the group was called the Nothing Special. Oh. And we turned out some incredible talents.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That is just undeniable. Some of our guys, famous, very successful, pardon me, but I ain't one of those. I was just a working actor. That's all I am.
I beg to differ, John.
Yeah, exactly.
Very kind of you, boys. And so let us get the show started with our first comedy clip. This one,
comedy jokes.
This one is this is, if you're watching the show for the first time, I want to apologize because I am the technical director as well as the guy who yip-yaps the most. So it always gets a little tortured when I have to do a little bit of technical switcherooing. All right, so where was I going to start? I want to show you this clip from Texaco Star Theater. This is the Milton Berle. This is Milton Berle at some of his most powerful, at the height of his powers, if you will. And hang on, I cue this up proper. And I'm also pretty sure we're not going to get a copyright strike from the Texaco Star Theater.
One would hope not.
Kind of hoping this works out. So let's get it going. Texaco Star Theater, starring Milton Berle. You're soon going to see why we're showing you this clip. I really wanted to turn your attention to the sound of the audience. And of course, look at these special effects.
Love those cards.
Oh, I forgot
we're
about
the
these
men
guys.
of Texaco. We work from Maine to Mexico. There's nothing like this.
That's all I know.
Our self-united, powerful, we'll wow you with an
This,
hour full of
okay, not the singing part,
stars.
but this
We're the
used to be a
very
career.
Texaco men. Tonight
Yeah,
we make
yeah.
a showman.
Being a guy
Tomorrow
wearing a
we'll be servicing
uniform
your
and
car.
pumping gas.
With little bow
I wipe
ties.
the pipe, I pump the gas, I rub the hub, I scrub the glass, I touch the clutch, I mop the top, I poke
And
the
according to those hats, I think they could ticket you.
These are the guys who are getting some copyright infringements.
Now
we know.
I really want to know who did the choreography. All right, a second set of punches.
Wouldn't he love to be there for the casting call?
Well, you know what? And I wouldn't make it because they'd be like, nope, too tall. You throw off the line.
Mildred.
Oh my.
Now, I don't know who the heavyset man is as the groom. the blushing bride. I don't think that's Harry Von Zell. That might be an announcer, though.
Have you heard I married an elephant?
Oh.
Wow.
I'm telling you, it's the 50s, man. They're going to be cheap. All these jokes are going to be cheap.
I look adorable.
Cheap shot, Uncle Milty.
That is.
Here now.
Listen to that audience.
Please, Zelda. You're just jealous because no one ever asked you. I'm a June bride. Don't I look adorable?
Well, this is the golden
When
age
you-
of appointment TV.
Thank you, Zelda. When you got married, there weren't
You
many
had me for
calendars.
your
I want to tell you. Look at that face on her. Are you celebrating your golden wedding? Must be, because the guy with you looks like he's drinking it. Ladies and gentlemen.
What? What the hell was that joke? Golden wedding.
Very wonderful, and let me know where you're working, so I'll go and laugh at you. Before I go any further, the girl who catches the lucky bouquet is going to be the next bride. Mother, will you put down your hand? Here we are,
Oh, we got it.
I wish there was one more camera so we could see the women in the audience fighting for it.
That's a good catch. Don't you wish you were? I
Oh,
The reason I'm wearing this tonight, you see, Texaco figured that during the commercials I would go out in the audience and mix. You know, I have on a marriage girdle. I'm just itching to get out of it. Are you sure Arlene Judge started this one? Before I go any further, will all the married men in the audience stand up? All the married men, please. Come on, stand up.
oh, there is a camera pointed at the audience. Oh, look at that.
You fool, you.
You knew that was coming.
Ah!
I want to tell you, marriage helps.
I'm sorry, but RuPaul will knock off points if you take off your wig while you're in drag. You
As you
just
said, John, it's a
don't.
different era.
It's a different era altogether. We got just a couple.
Tell of Texaco. It
Another
really does,
minute.
because when you're married, you wind up taking gas. I want you to know.
Oh my God. When you're Texaco, because when you're married, you wind up taking gas. A self-harm joke.
Wow.
We just want to let everybody know.
Unless he was referring to baked beans or something for dinner.
Here's a guy that got married in a garage and he couldn't back out. I'd like you to meet him. Alan Roth. Let's give a hand. Alan Roth. Here.
Oh, I guess that's their announcer. See, this is another thing. We're all men of a certain age,
Yes.
but that's what guys our age used to look like.
All kidding aside, I want to say Alan is married 15 years today. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? 15 years.
15 years today. That's fantastic. There could not be a joke coming up.
Petrillo are very happy.
Oh, shoot, I talked over it.
He's a darling. He's got the face of a boy.
Hang on.
And I hope that you and Petrillo are very happy.
Petrillo. Oh, that must be his. Okay, Petrillo was the president of the Musicians Union and was very famous for threatening strikes. Petrillo.
Really?
Oh my God, I can't believe
Wow.
I'm explaining people who Petrillo is in 2024.
Wrinkle. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you at this time a boy that's the star of our show tonight. He's going to start it off with a bang. It's a pleasure. He has his own show every Wednesday night. Bless him, one of the great comedians. He's killing the people right now. He has only 9 more days to go at Bill Miller's Riviera. Let's get together, give a great reception to a great young comedian, great entertainer, Danny Thomas.
Oh, Danny Thomas.
Young Danny Thomas.
Yes, my goodness.
Young
Good
Danny
heavens.
Thomas.
Okay, I do this all the time. I start showing a real commercial. Ignore it, please.
Yes, don't
I-
subscribe to Max.
I love the fact that they took the time out to put a mole on his, like with all that back there. You know, like you don't be really, finishing the look. It's just going to give you like a little mole right there on the cheek for you there. But
Now, John, I did on this week's promo graphic, I did spare you Uncle Milty's makeup at least.
I appreciate that. and saved yourself a very, very unrewarding amount of work as well. Sorry, I'm just going through all the comments that I missed. Bye, Premium John. Amoral Crackpot, aka Steve, teases
Bye.
me every week that I use the free version of YouTube. And I don't know when I'm ever gonna. Yeah, I mean, God bless you, Dina, his wife. Commercials are my favorite. Commercials are really great. That
We'll have to do
Texaco
another,
commercial.
another commercials episode sometime soon.
Millie, Chris, yeah, Millie's 43 here. He's younger than us. Oh my God, that's scary.
That is
That is
amazing.
wild, Chris.
Wow.
He's 43 years old.
And then did I say crackpot? Amoral crackpot. That's my friend Steve over there. Steve Aviso.
I heard Crackpat.
Crack.
Crackpot. Okay. We of course have a lot of clips to watch, and how am I gonna get?
But it's true, isn't it? People from the 50s, 60s, I mean, you see them and they're like in their mid 40s, and I say, well, does that mean that we're just more awesome? We just look better for our age?
There are so many reasons why we look better than they do back in those days. That if anybody just wanted to rattle off reasons, they probably hit like 2 or 3 extremely good explanations. And one of them is people nowadays, and this is silly. You're going to feel free to tell me I'm silly for saying this, but I believe this is true. Nowadays, we actually hydrate more.
It's not silly.
Huh, that makes sense though.
We hydrate more. Our skin is
I
better.
don't know what you're talking about, John.
That that and the fact that I think they all wore very high pants back then. like right, like
It ages a man.
off, and it ages right. That high pant, yeah, that high pant thing. I think I don't know.
That's the health is just generally better, but honestly, I think skin health is really pretty good nowadays. And of course, I say this looking at myself under my light, going, "Oof, you can see some lines, pal." But yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, as Regan pointed out, he was 43. Milton was 43.
Less tobacco, less tobacco.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
For absolutely certain,
Yes.
less tobacco.
Yeah.
Neither of you fellas were ever smokers, were you?
No, sir, not me.
No, in college, just like a year, I tried.
Yeah.
Too.
I think I smoked 5 cigars in my life, and that was the last one was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Many years ago.
I'm sorry, I got a sneak peek at the next comment, which was Milton's wiener had 43 rings, like a sequoia. The thing was that Schwanz could go to Santa Cruz and find a job in the forest.
Mary, you're asking about if there's anything verboten on our show, and you keep it family friendly, with rare exceptions like that. Which
I would like to apologize. I would like to apologize to anyone who tuned in to see the very clean and very nice Barry the K while I'm screaming the word Schwanz, because I'm so proud that I know some Yiddish.
Your Yiddish, your Yiddish list has grown. So never mind. I shouldn't say that after Chris's comment. Exactly,
okay,
Dina. Exactly, Dina. Here they come.
Getting pretty fruity on the show.
Here they come. It's the show went wild.
It's not true. Okay, I'm going to now show you. Again, we have gotten some copyright strikes on this show. So one of the things that I've been doing is trying to find clips that are modified. And this is a series of clips, and we can jump out at any time. But I did kind of like this edit. This is the Marx Brothers. And we're going to start watching some Marx Brothers. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
How much do you love the Marx Brothers, Barry?
A lot, a ton. They're always so much fun to watch on the weekends. But I
got to tell you, when we were doing the art, well, I say we discussed the art, but Joe does all the art. Joe's the very hardworking graphics guy for the show, and he was like, so, I guess maybe I'll do Uncle Milty and you'll do something else, and I'm like, no, we're gonna do Uncle Milty and drag. And Joe has already done drag when he did I Love Lucy a few weeks back. And I used the phrase proudly, "It's my turn to wear the dress."
I was very impressed.
It's comedy. It's comedy. Someone's got to wear a dress. Usually, if you put a dress on a straight man, it's funny. Usually,
right.
And
like bosom buddies, which we saw later on in our lives.
Oh yes,
like bosom buddies had they worked. It worked.
It totally worked. And
John
thank you, Steve.
Oh,
Yes,
I didn't
I-
have your legs in the promo. Darn it.
We'll do that at a later time. I have worked on stage in drag, and people are like,
You?
yes. When it was my idea too, and I never loved drag, but I always understood that it helped. And the worst thing in the world is to put on a skirt, a nice tight skirt, and have your wife say what my wife said to me, which was, "Oh, wow, your ass really makes sense now."
Oh,
it's
Joe,
true.
Joe, did you notice how John said? And I actually asked to be in it. Like the show had nothing to do with like dressing in drag. It was just John just wanted to do it. Like, do you mind if I? It could have been Frost Nixon. Hey, do you mind if I put a dress on? You know, like John. There's no hard. No, it's okay. It's okay.
It was an improvised song that we
Yeah.
did in my old improv group, Chicago City Limits. And it was called Girl Group.
Oh,
and
okay.
and we were my wife Leslie, and also Carl Kissen, and oh my god, I can't believe I'm forgetting John Telfer, John Cameron Telfer, and myself. So it was 3 men and my wife, 1 woman, and yeah, so she was the lead. She would start off the song in Girl Group, and we were the backup singers, and we wore tight skirts, and we looked amazing. Okay.
And it now makes sense.
It now makes sense.
I think that's got to be the new catchphrase. We got to get that in every week somehow.
Joe, this is a really, really quick story. When my daughter had her bat mitzvah, there was a theme of dance for her. You know, kids have a theme for their bar mitzvah, and her theme was dance. Mm-hmm. And we did a little cute little video clip of her. She used to watch a show called Dance Moms. So we thought it'd be kind of cute to do like a little mock video to introduce our daughter, for the bat mitzvah. And I had to go to Walmart because I was going to be the dance instructor. So I was at Walmart at like 10 o'clock at night trying to find a dress that would fit. And the funny thing is, like, you're there, you're at Walmart. Like, all right, what? But the weird thing is, I was on my own. And I'm like, and I wasn't the weirdest thing there. That's the funny part. Like there was, yeah. So I was like, I have to come home at 10:30, explain this to my wife that I was at Walmart trying to find a size 22 Moo or something, for my daughter's bat mitzvah. That's love. That's dedication.
That's love. That is father love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It all got edited out, I think.
I just have to share my humiliation with Adina and Steve, another married couple, by the way. Adina saying, I like that I have to say your wife's name to prove she's real. Steve says, every time I met her, she was played by a different actress.
She lives in Canada. Yeah.
Got taller and shorter every time. Okay, none of this is true. My wife is a real person. Okay. All right. Let's get the show back on track. We are going to watch some Marx Brothers. And I did warn you that this was a transformed clip. It has been colorized. And I just want to add badly. Just so that we're clear. This was, and this is from Rumble Dog Pictures. And I'm sorry, Rumble Dog, I don't mean to insult any work that you did. If you guys were the ones who colorized this, well done.
Yes,
very
nice early effort in colorization.
But maybe this way Warner Brothers won't cut us off the air.
We're tackling Warner Brothers again. Oh, I'm nervous.
Yep.
Oh,
It was a Paramount picture at the
you're not
time.
so bad yourself.
Whoa.
Before you're good, huh? What do you find out about this guy Firefly?
I have to say my favorite Marx brother is Harpo.
Oh, this is a rich
Find out something?
collection of Harpo.
You know, spy on him? That's about all the time I talk to you.
Of course, I was first introduced to him in the classic I Love Lucy episode.
Oh, yes.
I feel you
Yes.
are the most able statesman in all.
And I just want to say, all right, so that's Margaret Dumont, who is speaking with our hero, Groucho. Groucho used to tell people that Margaret Dumont never got the jokes. She had no idea
really?
why anything was funny. Now, just observing, I ask anyone who wants to write a comment or and let me ask you fellas as well. Do you get that from Margaret Dumont? Do you get her not getting the jokes? And here's a joke coming up. Let's let this happen.
I feel you are the most able statesman in all Fredonia.
Well, that covers a lot of ground. Say, you cover a lot of ground yourself. You better beat it. I hear they're going to tear you down and put up an office building where you're standing. You can leave in a taxi. If you can't get a taxi, you can leave in a hub. If that's too soon, you can leave in a minute and a hub. You know, you haven't stopped talking since I came here. You must have been vaccinated with a phonograph needle. How do you like that? I haven't been on the job 5 minutes, and already she's making advances to me. Not that I care, but where is your husband?
Why, he's dead.
I'll bet he's just using that as an excuse.
I was with him till the very end.
No wonder he passed away.
I held him in my arms and kissed him.
Oh, I see. Then it was murder.
Okay.
You know,
So
I could see that claim being true.
Yeah, do you think? I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. I have such a crush on Margaret Dumont because she did so many pictures with Groucho and with the Marx Brothers. And I think she just knew you had to stay above the jokes because they were going to keep coming no matter what. Sorry, I just picked this up from Steve. I already reported you.
Oh, don't joke about that, Steve.
Chris Regan jumping in with some very good observations. Harpo's hair is the color of fiberglass insulation. And Steve saying that mustache looks so fake.
No,
That's not real.
no.
It's so funny because I don't know what you thought when you first saw Groucho Marx, but to me it was like, well, I've seen like Bozo the Clown. I've seen like people wearing, funny makeup. It was wild to me that this guy just painted on his mustache and his eyebrows and he's going through life and people are just like, oh yeah, that guy's got a mustache. Not really. So yeah, yes, that mustache does look fake. Regan says, okay. So Regan agrees with me in that he thinks Margaret Dumont knew exactly what she was doing. She knew what it was to be a straight man. And in the comedy, stop me if you've heard me say this before, but in the comedy world, comedy teams would not split the money 50-50. They would split the money 60-40.
Right.
60% of what you got paid would go to the straight man.
Oh,
Yeah.
So Abbott, but not Costello.
Wow.
And that was because it was so incredibly difficult to find a good straight man. You needed somebody who knew how to get out of the way of the joke or just let you keep going and then get you back on track. And we'll be watching some Abbott Costello later and you'll really see it happening.
So do you think that Groucho made that statement just in an ironic sense then?
Look, having been in the world of professional wrestling for a couple of decades, I can tell you that it's like a lot of these it's like magicians, you have these secrets and you have these ways of kind of shaping the story. Mm-hmm. I honestly think he's lying. I honestly think he's trying to make her seem more of a straight man than she already was. Mm. And I don't know, is that respectful? I'm not sure it is, but honestly, it's part of the magic of comedy. He wants you to believe that in real life, he's telling jokes around Margaret Dumont and she is just too classy, too educated, too erudite to know that he's even telling jokes.
Yeah.
And that seems unlikely, but I also want to throw this in because Chris has got a really good theme here where he's running and he's looking these things up. Groucho is 43 in these.
Ah.
Now remember, this is not his original color. This is all colorized. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to look her up. But in this movie, in Duck Soup, there's a Mexican actress who's a real hot tamale, and you're going to see her later. And I have to tell you, she shaped how I would see women for the rest of my life. She is muy caliente.
And notice one more thing.
Hang on. Yes,
notice one more thing. High pants. Thank you. High pants.
You're gonna be able to spot a lot of high pants. That is true.
There you go.
I'm from Philadelphia, and it never rains but it pours.
That's a good one. I give you 3 guesses.
Now, let me see. Has 4 pair of pants, lives in Philadelphia. Is it male or female?
No, I don't think so.
Is he dead?
Who?
I don't know. I give up.
I give up too. Now I ask you another one.
Well, one of my favorite bits ever.
Harpo's hair is looking pretty fake.
Wasn't it supposed to be yellow?
A lemonade. A nice cold glass of lemonade. Hey, boss, I'm going.
Fortunately, they all look like they have jaundice.
I do love this. Okay, let's get back to that.
Gentlemen, Ciccolini here may talk like an idiot and look like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot.
I love that pen.
I do love.
Hey, who are you anyway?
Oh, who do you think you are? Yes.
I don't go on much for modern art. Have you got anything by one of the old masters?
Kills
Colored
me
Harpo's
every-
tattoos better than they colored
You don't
him.
happen to have her telephone number.
How did his teeth get blue? Oh, and that's her telephone number. Probably something like
Hey, you
Bayside
can pick up for
453.
Where do you live?
Where do you live?
Well, it's not much of a place, but it's home.
And now the whole special effects budget.
Oh, my goodness.
My God.
I think it's going to be a nightmare tonight.
I bet you haven't got a picture of my grandfather.
And now,
Yeah, the quick cut. Thank God.
Now here is
very quick
Raquel
cut because he
Torres.
was about to drop his pants. Okay,
Yeah.
so yes, I don't know the actress's name, but
Raquel Torres, I believe, John.
Okay. And I'm going to admit to something. I think she was one of the first sort of classic era of film actresses that I ever saw working without a bra.
Oh.
Definitely part of why I loved her.
Perhaps sometime
Look at
we
that
get a chance
dress.
to dance together, huh?
I could dance with you till the cows come home.
Yep.
On second thought, I'd rather dance with the cows till you come home.
Telegram for you, sir.
He gets mad because he can't read.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see.
What are you thinking of?
Oh, how could you
I
not
was just
love
thinking of all
Margaret?
the years I wasted collecting stamps.
Got a flashlight?
Now we've got to have more men or we're lost. Don't be alarmed. I've got a man combing the countryside for volunteers.
And now the hilarity of war, everyone. This is pre-World War II, I believe.
But sir, I've got the truth. Remind me to give myself the Firefly Medal for this.
Your Excellency, you're shooting your own men.
What?
You're shooting your own men.
Here's $5. Keep it under your hat. Never mind, I'll keep it under my hat.
And that's how government cover-ups work.
Your Excellency.
Is there anything else you want to know?
Oh God. So which brother is that? That is oh my God, that's not Gummo.
Zeppo?
That's Zeppo.
Zeppo? Yeah.
So look at Zeppo. Zeppo is ripped. Look at
Zeppo
that.
really is ripped.
Zeppo was the heartthrob of the bunch.
Yeah.
And they would always have him singing like crooner songs and, being like their Frank Sinatra. And I never understood people being mean about Zeppo because, man, this guy did everything. He was trying to hang with his brothers who were super funny, but they were like, nah, you're the cheesecake. Get out there and get the girls to love us. Oh, my God. Regan with the deep knowledge. Zeppo's a wife beater. What? Oh my gosh!
His T-shirt.
No,
Yeah.
he's referring to his shirt.
Oh no, he wasn't.
God.
Yeah, John, he wasn't making a commentary. Yeah, he was talking about his attire.
I'm sorry, everyone related to Zeppo. I misread that. Joe Townsend is right. Zeppo's out there in a wife beater. That's what we call
Didn't see
it.
the apostrophe, and because of that apostrophe mistake, no.
And Steve says, fun fact, he was world champion from 1931 to 1945 of the WWE. No, wait, they were the F. They were the WWF back in those days. Vince McMahon Sr. Was probably running him. Probably having him take on Burt Backlund. All right. I said that wrong.
Is there anything else you want to know?
And that's, of course, Harpo.
Have you lost your voice?
And now just ruining a bunch of gags for you. That, by the way, is
Oh, no, you don't. I'm not taking any more chances. You
Edward
can only
Kennedy?
pull a Firefly. Right. This time you ride in the sidecar.
Oh, I'm sorry. The other half of the special effects budget. There you go.
This is the only way to travel.
Guns. We got guns. All God's children got guns. Oh. I'm not going to make any of you guys have to watch Arsenic Old Lace in color.
Nothing
Or,
nothing
a little
color.
rest. But thank you
Johnny,
very
did
much.
you hear me earlier when I identified her as Raquel Torres?
Raquel Torres. Edgar Kennedy. Oh, thank you, Chris Regan. Yes, Edgar Kennedy. Wait a minute. Chris Regan also says Sinatra stole Zeppo's wife Barbara in the 60s.
Ooh.
What? Oh my gosh.
Well, you know what? He got his because when they colorized him, they made his eyes brown. That's what you get, Frankie.
It was wild because they colorized Groucho's eyes into blue.
Yeah.
I don't think they were blue. But that's okay. That's okay. All right. I'm going to line up our next clip. So, all right.
John,
I'm going to give you guys
more sophisticated than me because while you were admiring Raquel Torres in the 1933 feature, I just had a hopeless crush on Darla from Little Rascals. So
age appropriate. Age appropriate, pal. Absolutely. And when she would sing, I won't lie. I'd be like, yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah.
So dreamy.
She's singing,
So dreamy.
so sweet. Should we stay with Groucho, or should we branch out and then come back to Groucho? What do you guys think?
What do you think, Barry?
Up to you. Up to you, kids.
Okay.
It's all fun. It's all fun.
Let's jump ahead. We're gonna talk about Groucho now. Groucho, after they made their movies, and their movies kind of dwindled as they went. There is a movie called A Night in Casablanca. I didn't know that till I was like in my mid-20s. No one ever talked about that movie.
Yeah.
So a lot of late movies were not doing great. They were trying to move into radio. It wasn't going well. They had a show called Flywheel, Shyster, and Flywheel. It was actually a very good show, but it just ran up, it wasn't on a good night. People just didn't get into it. There weren't that many episodes of it. So eventually Groucho did find a regular job, and it was in radio first. And it was, of course, the show You Bet Your Life. So I'm going to cue that up.
I never thought as a pediatrician.
Hang on. I want everyone to get to see.
I like when it breaks down the song, Joe. Don't you?
Oh yes, of course.
Isn't that nice when he breaks out? I could just sit here and.
All right, here we go. All right, share screen. Choose it again. There we go.
That's just lovely.
All right. So this is a taste. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but we're going to watch a taste of You Bet Your Life. And then I'm going to show you a show that you never knew existed. I'm betting.
Wow.
Challenge.
Wow.
Joe knows because I told him, but I found out like a week ago that this show after this one existed. But let's take a look at You Bet Your Life. Oh, forgive me.
3000, the Soto Film Theaters of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life.
Of course, the music is Hooray for Captain Spaulding.
From one end of this nation to the other, you'll find the folks at a DeSoto Plymouth dealers ready and eager to serve.
I had no idea that Plymouth, does Plymouth still exist? But they used to be in the same building as DeSoto.
More about this great new DeSoto later in the program. And here
Can't wait.
The one, the only. Never heard of him. Oh, that's me.
Can anybody, before Groucho says it, can anybody name that announcer?
Not a clue.
Oh,
Not a clue.
He's quite a beloved character because he was another great straight man for Groucho.
Let's go to the Chuckle Patch and see if anybody.
Yeah,
No one has. It's gonna take a second, but I'm keeping the faith. I'm keeping the faith,
Chuckle
Joe.
Patch.
The Chuckle Patch. Someone's gonna come up with it. No.
From now on, the chat window is called the Chuckle Patch.
The Chuckle Patch.
From now on. All right, let's see if Groucho names him. Look at that crowd too. You know, people don't
dress so
dress to go see
yes,
a
exactly.
TV taping anymore.
well, it probably wasn't fair of me to say that we look better or younger. It's just that they were. I just très sophistiqué, you know. I mean,
But except for the young lady with those dark glasses, like the fourth row back. Yeah,
I was wondering about that. Is there a blind lady in the audience? I mean, it was a radio show for many years, so.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Or is it like, I've been in a studio a bunch of times. I know the lights are bright. A little bit of drumming.
I want to say Don
Well,
Defoe.
here I am again with $1,000 for one about couple. Is this one about couple? And if any of them say the secret word, the duck will come down and pay him $100. The word tonight is tree. Mr. Fenneman, who's first to try?
George Fenneman.
Okay, bad guess on my part.
Mr. Fenneman.
For $1,000. Well, we invited some architects to the program tonight. Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mr. Walter Hagedome. His partner is a young woman from our audience, Miss Sheila Crystal. And here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Steve, of course, tells us that Plymouth stopped production in 2000.
Say the secret word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Miss Sheila Crystal.
Now, this is unusual, too, because there's usually no, connection between a man and a woman on this show. Sometimes there is.
I'm from Petaluma, California.
But sometimes it's like...
Petaluma, California, the world's egg basket.
The world's egg basket.
I tell you, though, the poor contestants always look so stiff and nervous.
Miss Sheila Crystal?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So may I ask your age?
25.
25. What
25?
25.
25?
Okay, this is going to sound racist, but she is Irish. So, yeah, that's a hard 25.
I don't think people age badly. It's just that they just looked older for some reason.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, let's face it. These cameras can only do so much back in these days. This is pretty much what, there's not a lot of pixels on this screen. And that's not her fault.
In London, Connecticut?
No,
New London, England. Oh, London, England. Would you say that she, as an architect now speaking, would you say that she's early American, modern, or rambling?
Oh my God.
Wait, what did he just say?
Well, there are he's an architect, and he says, would you say as an architect that she was
New London? Oh, London, England. Huh? Would you say that she, as an architect now speaking, would you say that she's early American, modern, or rambling?
early American, modern, or rambling?
Maybe
Dude,
all three.
dude, enough with the negging. She is not going to date you.
Well, I'd say she was modern with maybe some early American influence.
Okay. Diplomatic.
In improv, we call that a yes and.
Well, now, why would I need an architect who just can't? Why can't I just go to a builder and tell him to build me a house? Well, how you doing? You
Oh.
could, I'd love to say that. I mean, how you doing? You could go to a builder, but if you want a real home to suit your needs, you should go to an architect, because behind every real home, there's an architect.
Behind every real home, there's an architect. What, huh?
You went 20 years to say it on TV.
Because he turns to the audience. Recurring theme for Groucho. Times have changed since I was a lad. George Fenneman is not only 17. Stop that, Steve.
Gotta be ashamed of yourself, all of you. Now, let's see. Every girl has plans for a dream house. Would you give us some idea of what you'd like?
Well, I think an early American saltbox type of house.
Saltbox type of house.
I lived in one in New Jersey, and
You live in a cell box?
it's a saltbox type of house.
Oh.
It's early American. Of course, it would have to have plenty of space behind it for kennels. I have a pair of Rhodesian Ridgebacks.
Oh, Rhodesian Ridgebacks.
Well, if you keep your mouth shut, nobody will notice.
Classic.
Guess what is a Rhodesian Ridgeback?
Exactly, Dina. Exactly. Misogyny, nostalgia.
A lion dog.
Well, I'm a lion dog myself. What do you mean lion dogs? You mean they're always lying under the stove?
I'm a lion dog myself.
They hunt lions.
They hunt lions?
Notice how she crossed her arms almost immediately.
Yeah. She's in complete defensive mode, Joe.
she knows what Adina's saying.
That
She knows
body
there's some
language,
misogyny.
Yeah.
You lived in a
Yeah.
box in New Jersey. You were born in Connecticut and you hunt in Africa. Kids, you're saying you get around.
That's confusing, isn't it?
Oh, it's devastating. Do you mind amplifying this a little more?
About the dog?
About anything, I don't care. My standards are low. I don't care what we discuss.
Now, this is classic. Let me get this is.
Tell us about the lion dogs.
Well, they hunt in packs of about half a dozen of them, and they're noted for their ability to scent a lion about a mile away.
So I just want to point out this is shot on November 22nd of 1951. So this is what Groucho looks like in 1951. Of course, many of his famous movies happened in the early 30s. So he was a very young man then. And then as time goes on, here he is in 1951. That will be very relevant soon.
They bait him out of hiding, and they hold him for the huntsman's coup de grace.
The grass.
Oh.
She's waiting for the punchline.
Coup de grace is nothing, huh?
Coup de grace. Boom. Boom, baby. Drop the dynamite.
Do these dogs ever get into trouble? They have no lions to chase around here. Do they keep in practice by chasing the milkman or iceman?
So
Milkman.
far, they've been quite well behaved over here, but I can remember an instance in South Africa where Chaka rather was beyond the pale. Chaka, that's the name of the dog, yes.
He was beyond the pale? What do you mean? He was thirsty and they...
No, but he kept two honeymooners out of the hotel by barking when they tried to open the door, and they had to stay out till about 3 o'clock in the morning when I came to rescue them.
Very funny.
Oh, never leave anybody hanging when they tell a story like that. Groucho, what is wrong with you?
Switch
Okay.
to Chrome to protect your.
All right. That's just as good a time as any to skip out of that one. Okay. Sorry. Stop sharing. Okay. So we're going to take a look now. And as I said, it was going to be very relevant that we were watching that clip of that particular show, that episode of You Bet Your Life was from the end of 1951. Now, here is another show. And this is the show that I said, you don't know this show existed. I could be wrong. Maybe you did know this show existed. On the BBC, in 1965, they created their own version of You Bet Your Life.
Really? That's
Yes.
cool.
Starring Groucho. And it is called Groucho. So, and I'm really not... Hashtag get John Premium. Hashtag get John Premium. Buy Premium, John.
It's John Plus.
So yeah, we're going to now watch. I haven't watched much of this, but I loved seeing what I saw on it. So we're going to go now to Groucho. This is, I don't know which BBC this was. I don't know if it's BBC One or BBC Two, but it's a BBC. Now, I don't know about this music already. This does not sound like Groucho music to me. And of course, 1965, right? Yeah, 1965. Now, a compere is a master of ceremonies.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So this is a much older Groucho doing the same old job. That, of course, is not George Fenneman. And I don't think Groucho told him they would be doing Indian
Well, here
wrist
I am
wrestling.
again, still in Britain and still eager and anxious to give people up here a chance to win a lot of pounds. So who have we got on the agenda?
And he's wearing a regular tie.
Yeah,
Oh, love that hair. Love that hair.
Come on.
Wow.
Come on, man. The Groucho Mods. Oh, they let them sit. Oh, that's the English for you.
Leonie Taylor, that's you?
No, it's me.
Oh, I'm sorry. And Philip Nicholson, that's you. Huh? You have very pretty thighs, Leonie.
Whoa!
My goodness.
Nothing to be
Out the
ashamed of, and I'm delighted to look at them.
Oh my God!
That didn't take
Leonie,
long.
that's a pretty name. Is it short for anything?
No, it's my full name.
It's your full name?
Yes.
Well, what is your name when you're sober?
Leonie.
Are you
Got
married?
like 4 laughs.
No, I'm not
Leonie?
married. No.
Are you engaged?
No, I'm not engaged.
You have a steady boyfriend?
No, I haven't got a steady boyfriend.
An unsteady one?
No, I haven't got an unsteady boyfriend.
Well, you see, that's your trouble. If you want to get married, don't say no so much.
But I don't want to get married.
You don't want to
No,
get married.
not yet.
Don't contradict a man that's 10 years older than you are.
So, on a scale of 0 being least creepy to 10 being most creepy, where would you say we are right now, Barry the K?
Yeah, 10. Yeah, he's there. He's at 11. Yeah, he's already there.
Hitting the
Oh
meter.
my, he's talking about the meter, right? Oh my God.
I insist that you want to get married.
Well, I insist that I don't. I'm having far too good a time.
The guy with the Van Dyke beard and the glasses is really bearing this.
Well,
Do you have any
I think
special
Groucho's
kind of
turning it
man?
up because, these groovy 60s chicks, I mean, they're not as easy to embarrass as they were back in 1951.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And God bless. I mean, she gets to be more of a human. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I like one from the Chuckle Patch that cancel Groucho.
Oh, God.
Yes, cancel Groucho. Steve also says Groucho can't focus because her knees are shut. Dina says bearded man looks like the other guy on Ancient Aliens. Oh, I'm sorry, because she had a really the announcer with his poofy hair. Adina said he looks like what hair the Ancient Aliens guy was going for. Yes, okay. Though I think we are talking about the girl when Adina points out she is hot. She is hot. Yes, but Groucho, good heavens, behave, will you? I'm also hearing not a lot of laughter. So I'm wondering if the English audience is uncomfortable, like Beard and Glasses
In
Man.
mind that you contemplate in the near future?
Yes, I like a sort of athletic-looking man.
Well, you can leave right now.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, whoa.
Athletic man, huh? They're harder to pin down. Why? Yeah, I think so. Why? Well, because they're more powerful.
No, I like them like that.
Why do you feel my muscle?
Feel my muscle. Oh my God.
Okay, Grandpa.
You're strong, yes.
Yes, don't shove me away. Let's see yours.
No, I'm not
Oh my
flapping.
God. Glasses guy just wants to be dead right now.
Flapping?
No, women shouldn't have muscles.
No.
No.
Well, it's time when she needs them. Either that or karate or something else.
I'd rather do karate.
Blackjack, huh?
No, I'd rather do that than have muscles.
Well, a woman's strength is her weakness.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what somebody said. I think that's true. Yeah. They throw themselves on the mercy of the man.
I'm starting to get
and I think the
uncomfortable.
man appreciate it. Don't you agree with that? It's not necessary to mumble, you can talk louder than that.
Oh.
Shout a little. Come on. Let's hear you shout. Oh.
Oh, hey. I hope he was yelling that at Groucho.
He's a natural conversationalist.
Oh. You've been flirting across him. It's not his fault.
Where are you from?
Farnham in Surrey.
You're sorry? You're from where?
I'm from Farnham in Surrey.
You're Farnham?
Yeah, south of England. Farnham.
Oh, Farnham.
It's the name of the town.
You have a job, Leonie?
Yes, I'm a director. Sorry, I'm secretary to a director.
You're a secretary?
In advertising.
Is your boss married?
No, yes, he is married, yes.
You're not sure, huh?
Well, I don't know his wife very well, so I always forget he's married.
What
he's
was that?
married. I don't know his wife.
You don't know his wife?
So I always forget he's married.
I can't understand why some young fella hasn't grabbed you, or some old fella.
Honestly, I'll look after myself when the time comes, don't you worry.
Oh, don't you
To see
worry.
if I could find somebody for you?
Well, I think I can find somebody myself. I think I can, yes.
Are you asleep? Philip Nicholson is your name, huh? I just call you Prince. Are you married, Philip?
No.
Do you have a girl?
No.
Leonie, I don't know how athletic he is.
No, I reckon he's very artistic. He's not athletic.
You notice he doesn't throw away his razor blades. How does
Hey,
he look to you, Leonie?
gotta do some
looks
shaving
fine
to
to
get
me. He looks
that
very
get that thing.
artistic.
Turn around, let her have a good look at you.
He's very with it, with his
He's
curls
what?
and
with it.
very with it.
With it?
All right.
He's with it. He's with it.
What's okay? I need to know from chat. I need to know from the Chuckle Patch. Did we get knocked off the air again?
No, do we?
I mean, we're still on, but I see hashtag John won't notice for 5 more minutes, and that has happened before. We have been. Oh
No.
no! Did I get shut down?
Oh, no.
I wonder. I wonder what we did that got us shut down. Oh, we lost everybody. Oh, that's terrible. Well, the live feed is probably gone. Oh, I don't know what we did that did that. We're back.
Really?
Steve says you pissed off the BBC. Adina says you're back now. Those British don't take nothing.
What happened? Chris said, "What happened?"
Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna hit play on it again.
With it, yes.
You mean half with it, or what do you mean by with it?
Well, he's very with it, because when you work
Oh, you mean with it?
up to date, with it.
Because I never know with the
like
BBC.
Gold,
I don't have any.
this is the latest fashion in this country to wear gold-rimmed glasses.
Oh.
Haven't you heard of it?
My,
You want to change yours?
no.
So it's hurt.
Then you'll be
now.
very with it,
I can see you with these glasses. My grandfather used to have glasses like he was wearing.
But they're bringing
He still does, and he's been dead for 50 years. Philip,
This guy wants to leave. Philip wants to leave.
In California.
Oh, well, shake hands. I'm an old California boy myself. I've heard of California. It's near Hollywood, isn't it?
It's in there somewhere.
You know the Governor General there, Julie Andrews, I think is. What are you doing over here in Britain, Philip?
I'm studying the Islamic manuscripts in the British Museum.
Oh my
That's the best
gosh!
collection of it in the world.
I know the British Museum very well. I was on exhibit there for 2 years.
Decent show.
How did you happen to select Islamic manuscripts to study?
Well,
Why didn't you try the alphabet or something simple?
4 years ago, I decided to learn the language, and I went.
You set out to learn a language?
Yeah. And I went to a bookstore and started thumbing through all the do-it-yourself language books.
Where is this, in Santa Monica?
This is in Santa Monica.
I didn't know they had bookstores in Santa
Well,
Monica.
one.
Huh? One?
Yeah.
One book they had?
Well, there was a few. And you showed.
Poor Philip.
Look how admiring
German
he's
and all these
looking at
things.
you.
And, so Arabic looked to be about the most amusing of them all. So
Well, she is crossing her legs toward him. So
Interesting. She's engaged.
You found it amusing, Arabic?
Yeah, well, all the.
You mean you found jokes in there?
No, I couldn't start then. The way the writing was very strange looking, and the sounds appeared to be rather odd.
This is 1965.
That's right.
No, frankly, I don't know.
Well,
After you learned Arabic, what did you do with it?
well, after about 6 months, I went to Morocco and gave it a try.
Were you Morocco bound at the time?
No, I just went there to try it out.
Mm-hmm. And how did it work?
Well,
were you a big hit there?
No, they had stopped using that form of Arabic about 500 years ago.
You mean you were only 500 years late?
Late.
Well, that's pretty good for California and Santa Monica. Could you say something in Arabic? I've never heard it. I'd like to hear how it sounds.
can you imagine having contestants use a song on Jeopardy?
Yes. This guy is on the wrong show. That's definitely true.
Did we lose stream again?
The chat is okay. So what the chat is telling me is that the connection is unstable, and if you're on Wi-Fi, and sadly I am, because that's the only way I can. Oh wait, I just got another bar. I don't know why it keeps going in and out.
Okay, so I just heard from my honey that we're still off right now.
We're still
not
off.
up. Yeah.
Oh, I don't. Okay. Where's my...
It's telling us violated policy again.
Really? Oh boy, we better get off this clip.
I was going to say maybe we need to dump the BBC.
I think the BBC might be a little too serious for us. Oh my God! I got a second violation.
Does that mean I have to send this back?
You put that down, young man.
Put that down. You're back, but you were
gosh.
struck down for 30 seconds.
Yeah. And then Steve's saying you got one more strike before you're done for the night. Well,
And Adina's
let me
hopping
tell
into their car. Oh, the police car. There are 4 cars showing up to John's place. Apparently. Before police cars showing up.
John, choose the next clip wisely, sir.
Very good point. All right. That's okay. This one was dying on the vine anyway.
I will say this though, as we leave Groucho, is that, and not to say anything bad about any talented working guy, but I think Groucho aged and seasoned a lot better into his later career than Jerry Lewis did.
Good point. I mean, Groucho really did hang around for a long time. That was actually something that I saw a lot of when I was researching clips this week. And as we were going through all of it, it was like Groucho was always working. He would do all kinds of different shows. I have to admire that. And that's kind of like the old guy's way of doing it,
Yeah.
That's the old.
How would you know that, John? Not from personal experience, I assume.
Take a look at me. I'm telling you, I didn't have any gray hair when I started. All right, we're gonna try a different clip, and we are gonna see. Also, it keeps you young, as Steve says, harassing women. That'll keep you young. That'll keep you young. Okay, here we go. We're gonna try. Okay, so this is a clip that look, I think this is gonna work. I'm already getting some Tina going. It was nice knowing you.
Joe, it's always a pleasure seeing you, bud.
You too, Barry.
John, no, yeah.
All right, so let's try this. This is a clip that Barry pointed out to me, and it's a great clip. This is an unusual clip from Abbott and Costello. We're going to show this one first because it's less known, and then I'll show the more well-known one, and that will probably get us thrown off the air. Or good.
Joe, I love this. One of my favorites, Joe. It's so funny.
We want to thank Classic Flicks for. Oh, look at me. Look at me. All right. All right, here we go.
What teams are playing? Suppose you walked into a baseball park. What teams are playing? I don't know. Then what are you doing in the baseball park? I'm not in the baseball park. You see, you don't know what you're talking about. Get me out of that baseball park. I'm not going to a baseball park. Told me I've got to teach you these things. What is the first thing you buy in a baseball park? Hot dogs. A hot dog. Without mustard. Without mustard. Mustard goes with the hot dog.
Okay. Have you noticed his cigarette?
Yeah.
When we go to this shot, it's unlit. Take a look at the shot he shares with Milty.
It was made for the hot dog.
Oh,
it's lit.
Oh, yeah. May not even be his hand.
And this is another thing too. He's eating hot dogs, and this is like so classic Hollywood. He's eating hot dogs and drinking coffee.
Yeah.
That's like your beverage at lunch is coffee. I don't know.
I don't like mustard. I don't have to eat it for you or nobody else. I won't even eat it for my guitar. Oh, well, I didn't know you disliked it. I only asked you the question. Who do you think you are to tell me to put mustard on a hot dog? I'm not telling you to do anything, Lou. If I'm going to put ketchup on a hot dog, there's no law saying I can't put ketchup on a hot dog. You're right there. I'm not asking. I don't have to put mustard on a hot dog for you or nobody else. Put it on. Forget about it. This is a free country. If I don't eat mustard, I don't have to eat it. I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to eat it. Keep quiet. You don't like mustard.
Stay quiet.
Mayonnaise on it. That's un-American.
Makes me sick. All right. I don't want to walk around the street sick. I don't want to see you sick. I mean, after all, I'm a happy kid. I love life. I know you do. I got a lot of friends of mine. I got little nieces. I got 3 little nieces, and I hope to support those 3 little nieces. Forget about it. If I walk around the street sick and I can't go out getting work and getting money to give my sister for 3 kids, what's going to happen? My 3 little nieces, they're going to starve to death. They ain't going to eat. Somebody's going to take those 3 kids and put them in the lab. That's too serious. What are you?
Okay, now this is something that you pointed out, Barry, when you and I were discussing clips we could do on the show. And you pointed out the level of emotion.
He gets into like a cry almost. What right do you have putting like 3 nieces in the orphanage? And he starts to break down like, wow, that was really impressive for a comedy team. And he really gets in it.
Exactly. Taking it to 11, as we mentioned.
Right there.
Did you got no right to put him in office? You know where mustard comes from? I don't know, mustard plaster. I don't know. Not mustard plaster. The
Mustard plaster.
Do you know that?
I swear, if you know enough old couples, you will hear this conversation.
Oh, I can relate.
Every year, just to put up factories to manufacture mustard. Do you know those factories employ thousands and thousands of men just to manufacture mustard? Do you know those men take care of thousands and thousands of families, all on account of mustard? And you, just because you don't like mustard, what do you want them to do? Close those factories down and put all those people out of work? Are you trying to tell me that all those people are making one little jar of mustard like this just for me? No, you don't. Are you trying to tell me that those thousands of people are making one jar of mustard just for me? I didn't say that. Well, if they are happy, you can tell them not to make it anymore because I'm not going to eat it. Who am I to support thousands of people? Who's asking you to support? I can't even get the 3 little nieces I didn't want for
Oh, man. That is, of course, not the most famous of the Abbott and Costello clips. And I thought, well, if we're going to watch that one, we should watch the most famous one. This is, again, from their TV show. That was from their TV show. And it is, of course, Who's on First, which, as far as I know, no one owns it, and they can't kick us off the air for showing it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe they can. So let's take a look at that. It's got a little bit of an intro for it, based on where it is. You'll gather it as we go.
Well, I don't know who was on first. Maybe we'll find out in the clip, huh?
Oh, it's colorized too. Wow.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Friends, I told you that my partner would be here, and here he is. Didn't we expect him, did you? Now, he always shapes up. Now, why not let the folks themselves ask for something that they like to hear? Something different. Now, is there anything special that you would like to hear us do?
Baseball.
No, wait a minute, friends. You don't want to hear that, do you?
No, they don't want to hear the most famous.
Well, you came prepared, didn't you? All set, huh? Well, this is a must. I guess it's a must. We've got to do it. Well, I'll tell you. Let me see. That looks all right.
Okay,
I'll pretend with.
Good edit there, John.
Hang on, let me.
All right, I'll take it easy with that. We'll just pretend that we're organizing a baseball team here at the Retired Actors Home.
This is at the Retired Actors Home. Can I just say, it's like half an hour that way. I could actually get to the Retired Actors Home. It still exists. It's not called that anymore.
No, but there still is a.
Yeah. There is an old folks home, specifically for members of the various creative unions out here. Wow. And it's actually where I used to go to get my health care for quite some time too, when I could make enough money as an actor.
So I'm going to invest in the high pants, the long tie. I'll pick up Joe and we'll come out there. I'll pick up Joe in my van and we'll come out there and do this routine.
We will do a show at the Retired Actors Home.
Yeah.
All right. Have we been kicked off the air yet? No? All right, this might be a good clip.
And I am the manager. Now,
You're going to be the manager of the Retired Actors Baseball Team?
yes.
I would like to join the Retired Actors Baseball Team.
Oh, you would?
And I would like to know some of the guys' names on the team, so if I want to play with
Here we
them,
go.
I know them, and I see them on the street or in the home here, I can say hello to them.
Oh, sure. But you know, the baseball players nowadays very peculiar names.
Oh, funny name.
You know, like Sticky Fields, Goofy Dan, Booby Bobber.
They said booby on TV.
Well, let's see. Now we have who's on first, what's on second. I don't know who's on third.
That's what I want to find out, the guy's name. That's what I want to find out, the guy's name.
Now tell me, who's on first, what's on second. I don't know who's on third.
You want to be the manager of the baseball team?
Yes.
You know the guy's name?
Well, I should.
Well, you told me the guy's name of the baseball
I say,
team.
who's on first, what's on second. I don't know who's on third.
You ain't saying that to me yet. Go ahead and tell me.
I'm telling you.
You said not yet, man. Tell me.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Who's on third?
You know the guy's name for the baseball team? Well, go ahead. Who's on first?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's name.
Who?
The guy playing first.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who is on first?
What are you asking me for? I don't know. I'm asking you who's on first.
That's his name.
Well, go ahead, tell me.
Who?
The guy on first.
That's it. That's his name.
You didn't say that. I ain't asking nothing.
You did.
You know what guy's name on first base? Tell me the guy's name on first base.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who is on first? Who?
What are you asking me for?
I'm saying who.
I'm asking you a simple question. Who's on first?
Is that 11?
Go ahead and tell me.
That's it.
That's who. I'm asking you, what's the guy's name on first base?
Oh, no. What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
One base at a time.
I just noticed we're watching the really long one. So bear down.
It's cool.
I have to say, I always find this this routine like classical music. Like it is what it is. I love it for what it is. And it's really beautifully done. Like their timing is so
The
good.
pacing. I was just gonna say,
yeah.
you know, like you guys know comedy. I just from the outside, I just love the pacing of it. Like they don't cut each other off in that's predictable. You know, like sometimes we do routine so many times you cut, but this is it just flows so naturally.
One of the things that that is so hard about this is a lot of people don't understand how technical it is. So yeah, the pacing is a must. The pacing absolutely holds it up, and they do have a live audience right in front of them, so they can kind of figure out what's getting the laughs and where they need to speak up, and you know, where there might be a little bit of air. So we're trying not to get knocked for copyright strike. So that's one reason why we interrupted it. I just have to say that.
Yeah, I saw Dina
I'm
3, 2, 1.
Now, what's the guy's name on first?
Okay.
Now, what is on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who is on first?
I don't know.
He's on third. We're not talking.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Whoa.
How did I get on third base?
You mentioned his name.
I mentioned his name.
Yes.
I don't know anybody's name on the team. I mentioned the guy's name.
You did. You just mentioned it.
All right. What's the guy's name on third base?
No, what's on second?
Who's on second?
Who's on third?
I don't know. I didn't even mention the guy's name on third base. All right. Who's playing third base?
Who's on third?
I'm not asking you what's on third.
What's on second?
Who's on second?
Who's on third?
I don't know. He's third base. I don't know anybody on the baseball team.
You do. You mentioned their name.
I do.
Sure.
You got an outfield?
Naturally.
The left fielder's name.
Why?
What's why?
I just thought I'd ask you.
Well, I just thought I'd tell you.
Well, go ahead. Tell me.
Tell you what.
The left fielder's name.
Why?
Because I want to know. Because.
Oh, he's center field. You know these players as well.
Who's in center field?
No, who's on first?
What's on first?
What's on second?
I don't know. Third base. Do you know the guy's names on the team?
Look, Louis, you don't seem to understand. See, I have a first baseman.
I know you got a first.
Yes, sir.
I asked you what's the first. I asked you what's the first baseman's name.
No, what's the second baseman?
I'm going to start asking you. So I asked you what's the first baseman's name.
What's the second baseman?
I don't even get past the first. All right. Who's on second?
Who's on first?
What base do you want to talk about?
Anyone you want to talk about.
All right, now who's on first?
Right.
Okay. All right, you got a first baseman. When you pay off the first baseman every month, who gets the money?
Every dollar.
Every dollar. Who gets it?
He does. Sometimes his wife comes down and collects. Whose wife? Yes. Why not, Lou? He's earned it. Who did? Yeah.
Well, you pay off the first baseman every month. You get a receipt from the guy?
Sure.
How does he sign his name?
Oh.
The guy you give the money. Oh. The guy you give the money.
Well, that's how he signs it.
That's how who signed it?
Yeah.
Like that.
That's it. Oh.
Look, you go to first base.
Yes.
And you say to him, here's your money, sign the receipt. How does he sign his name?
Oh.
The guy you give the money to.
That's how he signs it.
That's how who signed it?
Yeah.
Sure. You gotta get a receipt from the guy, don't you?
Get one, Lou.
How does the guy at first base sign his name?
Oh.
The guy at first. I'm asking, when you give the guy the money, what's the guy's name that you give the money to?
Now, wait a minute. What signs his own?
Who signs his own?
No, who signs his?
I mean, what's the guy's name
I've never seen this version.
Who's on second? Who's on first? I don't know. Third base. The field is named the center field. I don't know. You got a pitcher on the team? It'll be a fine team without a pitcher. It's a fine team. The pitcher's name. Tomorrow. Well, I can't change that name. You don't want to tell me the name? I'm telling you. Go ahead. Tell me the pitcher's name. Tomorrow. Why not tell me today? I am going to win tomorrow. Then tell me the pitcher's name. Tomorrow. All right. What time tomorrow you tell me the pitcher's name? What time what? What time tomorrow you going to tell me who's pitching? Who is not pitching? I'll break you right now. I want to know what.
Hey, John, let's pause.
What's on second? I don't know. Third
Okay.
base.
So one of the great things that I always liked about it, I know it's kind of very basic, but even just the hand gesture, the fact that he touches his shoulder, the fact that I don't know, it kind of really brings it to even more life. Just the gestures and the frustration and the fact that Lou Costello, does his little touching his cheek with his fist, like he's getting frustrated, really adds to this dimension. That's what I loved about their comedy so much, was it wasn't just delivering a line. It had so many like little tidbits of like physical attribute of comedy.
Right. Right. And that there's always this understanding that Bud Abbott is not there for reactions. That reactions are what the comedy guy does. What the punchline
to
guy
go back
does.
to go back to what you're saying. He has a really tough job.
Oh,
of feeding all those layups. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because and you can hear it in a lot of their routines. Like they had a radio show that I've listened to a bunch of episodes of that, and I do recommend. This radio show is pretty funny, and a lot of times Lou will just go off. He'll just be hamming it up for the audience. He'll be making weird noises and jumping around, and he knows that when he comes back, Bud is going to get him back on track, get him back to the next line. But this routine is so tight that it's really interesting to see Lou really sticking with it.
Yeah.
And not taking too much time, which was something he would do quite a bit. But this is that kind of bit. And I should also say, this is the it's so funny that Steve wrote this, the magic of vaudeville.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely. Absolutely.
It's true. They actually, and I think Adina is telling us maybe we're having feed problems again. Oh boy. But the fascinating thing about this particular bit, the legend goes, they bought it. There was another group who did it.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently they did everything I've heard. There was an older comedy team that was doing Who's on First, and they sold it for like $100 and a box of Cracker Jacks or something.
Oh my gosh.
And
one reason I called for a pause was because I had never, as you said, John, I had never seen this longer version. I never knew there was other players on the field, in center field and the pitcher.
Yes,
so it's really...
I didn't know about center field. I did not know that one. And then when they went back to the pitcher, Tamara. That just made so much sense to me. And there are so many versions of this. There's so many versions of this routine that I'm kind of thrilled that we're watching this like 8-minute version. So we got another couple minutes. But yes, Joe, thank you for calling a pause. Anytime someone wants to call a pause, call a pause. That's something I should have.
Well, it's also good for our fair use purposes.
Today. Tomorrow's fishing today's catch. I have got it. Now I got it. All I got, we got a couple of days on the team. That's all. I can't help that, Lou. I know. I'm a pretty good catcher myself. That's so big number. Yeah, now I get behind the plate and I'm going to do some basic catching. And tomorrow's fishing on my team, right? Yeah. Now tomorrow he wants up the ball and I'm behind the plate and the heavy hitter gets up. Now the heavy hitter gets up and he's ready to hit the ball. And tomorrow's going to throw the ball. I'm the catcher. Now when tomorrow throws the ball, the guy punches the ball. Now, when he punches the ball, me being a good catcher, I'm going to throw the guy out of first base, so I pick up the ball and throw it to home.
Now, that's the first thing you said right.
I don't even know what I'm talking about. You can throw the ball at first base. Now, who's got it? Naturally. Sure. First base happened. I want to throw the guy out. So I throw the ball to who? Naturally. Throw it to who? Who's got it? So I pick up the ball and I throw it to Naturally. No. You throw the ball at first base, then who gets it? Naturally. You asked me. Throw the ball. Naturally. Who's got it? Naturally. Whoever it is, better get it. Don't worry about who get it. He better get it. Now, I don't know where he stopped the ball so the guy runs a second. Who picks up the ball, throws the what throws I don't know. I don't know, throws back to Kamar. Triple play. Could be. Another guy gets up and it's a long fly ball to be caught. Why? I don't know. He's on third and I don't give a darn. I said, I don't give a darn. Oh, that's our shortstop.
Oh God.
Love that.
I love seeing this longer version. It's all the whole back half is new to me.
Right? It like I said, it's just that I love that those little physical touches, and it's just unbelievable. And Chris shared something very cool.
Yes, let's take a look at that.
Go to the chuckle pad. There you go.
Yeah. Chris Regan says, I heard that it was a stock vaudeville routine that existed for ages, so that if a funny man showed up to a vaudeville house and there was a random straight man there, they could fill 10 minutes.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's some improv.
I'm freaking loving that. And then I definitely think that you're right about this, Chris. Abbott and Costello were the first guys to get it on the radio. That was my understanding.
Huh.
That was my understanding. I think you are not wrong. And then Steve makes a joke that a wrestling inside joke. That's why I was always taught to bring my bag and gear to vaudeville. In professional wrestling, if you are a trained wrestler who knows how to wrestle, how to do a match, you always bring your gear when you go to a show. If you're not booked on it, you bring your gear anyway, because somebody might cancel. And then, okay, anyway, Steve.
And you might go in? And you might go in your place?
All the time. It's happened to so many. When I had my own wrestling company and Steve was working on it too, I would tell guys who wanted bookings, I'd be like, well, come see a show. And I'll give you a seat, but bring your gear, because maybe a guy won't show up and maybe I'll need you. And every show I needed at least one person.
When we go to the Yankee games with my family, everybody wore the Jeter jersey because they may be called in. Is what you're saying? No, is that how it works?
My favorite thing about that, and of course, I've lived in LA since the mid '90s, was guys who would dress up all in the Kobe gear.
Yeah.
And they dress up all in the Kobe gear, and I'd see them all the time, like in a mall or something, dressed in all of this whole uniform. And I always wanted to go, and what are you supposed to be? Are you Kobe? Are you Kobe? That's so cute. Now get in your car and get out of here.
Here's a car for you.
Regan does say, and this is, I'm sorry, put up Steve's wisecracker. Regan does say, I love that there were traveling straight men.
That's so cool.
It's a skill. It's a skill. Yeah. I love that too.
Now, my only question is, if Fred Mertz and Costello were both in vaudeville, how come Costello wears his tie way long and Fred Mertz?
Yeah, I love that, right? But Abbott had the kerchief, his handkerchief in his pocket was like, I mean, it's all that stuff. Oh, I love that.
All right, now we are, of course, way deep into the show. There's one more thing that I wanted to share.
Yay.
Hopefully, this is not strike 3 for this episode. And I will work on my connection, guys. I will work on my internet connection, because I live basically, as a lot of people know, I live on an avocado farm. No, there are not even like I can't even get a phone line out here. They don't even have phone lines. I can't even get like what do you call it? You know, like a regular phone line, ground line.
Okay, yeah.
Landline, yeah.
Landline. Yeah, can't even get that. We get like satellite internet. That's how incredibly. I mean, granted, I do love the avocado. Okay.
That came up when we were in Vegas on a machine. We pulled that and avocado. Yay!
I don't know if I don't know if anyone watching knows this other than me. In 1977, there was a show called Hooray for Harold Lloyd.
Oh, new to me.
And it was played mostly on public television. And I used to watch it every week, all by my lonesome. And there was no internet, so I couldn't find my community, my Harold Lloyd community. It's a quirky show. You're going to see that. Harold Lloyd made a lot of he made a lot of silent movies, and then he made a bunch of early sound pictures because he had a pretty nice voice, Harold Lloyd. And you know, very, very famous for his sight gags, for his physical stuff, slapstick. So here we go. We're going to watch a bit of Harold Lloyd, and I don't know who owns this, so they might be the ones who kick us out.
Please. You have the best intentions.
Harold Lloyd.
Wow.
Oh, this is classic here.
Yes, it is.
No. Don't park your car on the tracks.
Harold Lloyd. Henry Court.
Sophisticated titles here. I like that.
Eventide, and Daisy Davenport has planned a quiet, stimulating social evening at her parents' modest but paid-for country home.
To this day, I cannot just watch a silent movie. My short attention span is so bad. I'm still terrible at it, and I actually miss having a narrator like this. Like, oh, look at her. Her name is Daisy Davenport. We don't know that that's her name.
It's like when you watch a football game with no announcer.
First guest arriving now. And what do you know? It's Harold himself. Boy, his mother sure
There's Harold.
Bringing Paul back on barbecue.
Boy, this guy's really adding a lot of sauce to this.
She's a full 180 from the 60s girl we just saw.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Joe, how old do you think she is?
I don't even want to guess.
Be careful, you know?
Well, they really did it. They did infantilize the women back in those days. She wasn't old enough to be a scrub woman, so she has to look like a 12-year-old.
She's 9.
I don't think she's 9, Regina. I don't think so.
Oh, great. Well, there were shorter lifespans back then.
Everybody has a hobby.
Now, you got to admit, Harold Lloyd's much more handsome than Buster Keaton or Charlie Chaplin. Oh, let loose the cats.
What the hell was that? The cats?
I think they're trying to introduce cats into the scene.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's smelling cats.
She's going to do a chicken walk or something?
Oh, okay.
Gotta change that litter.
Does he smell like stinky cats? Uh-oh. We'd like to thank the Seals and Crofts Band for playing backup for this. So what does he have? Oh, mothballs.
Those are mothballs.
Oh, good.
No. Oh, no. Oh, that's
Steve says Leonardo DiCaprio modeled his life off this.
Oh.
Yummy.
Now they're enjoying some sweeties from the box.
From Sweeties,
Unfortunately, he ate a mothball.
Like another? Why am I using my bad English accent?
There are no roofies in this. Good heavens.
Oh, what is happening here?
Sounds like
Mickey
a
who?
calling to its mate. But is this a group of music lovers or a lynch mob?
Uh-oh.
What are your intentions with this 12-year-old?
Yeah.
Or 9-year-old?
Wow, Joe.
Yes, it could. And I'm glad I got that all out.
My goodness. What a lot of exposition. Okay, so apparently in this little town, there's a posse?
Savory looking guy here.
Oh.
Why? You're robbing the Acme Jewel Company. It's Mr. Acme himself.
Wally Cody won't be mad. You won't like that.
It should be noted that in silent movies, guns were shot and fired and brandished wildly. So, yes, it's an awful lot like Texas. Boom. Bam. I'm hilarious. Oh, everybody running to Mr. Acme's rescue.
There's a bit of an
Participate.
attractive nuisance there.
You could only participate if you had a hat.
Yes.
If you didn't have a hat, Joe, they wouldn't let you go.
I don't know why I have this silent this silent film up so loud.
What's that valuable exposition? that we talk over.
Oh, he's heading at the stars. Okay.
So
They'll be deputized.
The sheriff has run out of badges. Too bad, fella.
I don't need no stinking badges.
Yeah, exactly. Joe.
This is Daisy's lazy, shiftless brother Percy, who was only 2 weeks
Shiftless.
Lazy, shiftless brother.
Harold can have his badge.
oh, that Percy.
So Percy doesn't want to be in the posse?
This is a no Percy posse.
Careful, boys.
Yes.
Kind of close there.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting close to the edge. Okay, so
He just gives them everything. Here's the shackles. But he doesn't have the hat. He still can't use the hat. There you go.
Oh, the chat.
Son of a
Carry
gun.
the
There you
K.
go. He didn't have the hat.
wait a minute.
Oh yeah.
That's no cousin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's up? Looks a little amber. Oh, that was nice.
Oh. She's gonna
Calm
smudge
down,
her
Norris.
lipstick.
She's 9 years old.
Or Dick Van Dyke.
Suddenly, it's day.
Yeah. It took that long to get the hat.
Rock with power, Harold thinks he's running the whole town at this point. That Daisy must be some kisser.
All but millisecond of it.
So now he's abusing his power by making the guy. Oh, somebody's got their thumb over the lens. This is me every time I try to take a picture. I love that little bit where he's like, yeah, and then I'm just going to cross the street and you almost hit me, okay? And watch him sidestep a little. Because, he's no dummy. Yep, just a touch.
There you go. Just in case.
Don't want to get your hip blown out just doing a comedy.
That's more of that comedic ballet that Abbott Costello did. Oh.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Unhitch the horse. There you go.
Farmer never notices. His back is turned.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Hey,
Now-
who is that? Who is that, guys? That looks like. Oh my gosh.
No one I know, but
oh, we're gonna go to the Chuckle Patch. We'll know. I'm telling you.
But will it keep Harold from making it to Miller's Farm? I should say not.
all right, now, oh my gosh. Holy cow.
Man, what a shootout.
That Tort Johnson is a dangerous son of a gun. Oh boy. Man, I got to see that stunt again.
Did he do his own stunts?
Oh boy.
He did his own stunts, right?
I think he did. I think most of his stunts were by him, yeah. But I don't know about that one. That was a crazy fall.
All I know is the horse is happy to get back to plowing after that.
Holy cow. How many bullets does this guy have? Must have robbed the bullet store at some point.
Well, that was the other Acme store down the road.
Serpentine.
That is Shell. Come on, yeah. Serpentine Shell.
Don't stop. There we go.
Oh, he's out. See, you pointed that out. A loaf of bread?
Those things only happen in the movies, Harold. Oh, I forgot. This is a movie.
Oh.
Of course.
I always love when the cats are working on camera, you know, the cat kind of knows what he's doing.
Oh, he didn't want to cross the... okay.
Oh, interesting.
Good thing you have two doors like 2 feet from each other.
Steve says they really want that Irish man out of town. Imagine if he was Italian.
Wait a minute, Tor's not down and out yet.
What?
Oh.
They didn't give him the good handcuffs.
He's going to get that loaf of bread again.
That's pretty good, I got it.
That posse's a bunch of, well, you know.
Keeping it clean, Joe Townsend. That's why we love you.
I love this like little touch of sped up as they run.
Yeah. Actually, I appreciate the speed up game.
Well, I think Daisy should really go for horse in a big way. He's the bravest guy around.
I'm telling you, Harold Lloyd was quite the stud.
And the long legs. There you go. He had the long legs. Oh, wow.
Yes, this is true.
That's interesting. Wow.
Regan pointing out that the glove on his right hand fills in his missing fingers. Yeah. And he's very physical. He's always been a very physical comedian.
So he predated Michael Jackson by about 60 years, huh?
Yeah, the Harold Lloyd moonwalk is on another clip. We didn't know about other. Lost his purpose.
You know, we're always talking about, or we have been talking about how people looked back in those days. So this evil man, he's got a look.
I thought he was wearing a mask and he's robbing the jewelry store.
Yeah.
Nothing in store, of course.
Oh!
Think
Okay,
smarter,
I
not
just
harder.
I got hurt just looking at that.
Ooh, that's a...
That was pretty cool. Yeah, right, Joe?
So I guess Grand Theft Auto wasn't a crime back then?
GTA was.
But four-wheeling. Good Lord, there is so much dangerous driving in this film.
We won't ask about the pedals, of course.
He has cruise control, Joe.
Oh, that's
that. You all know that.
Oh my
gosh. See, that's my favorite part right there.
I mean, this might be one of those cars where you can hide in the back and steer it, but I'm not sure they had that in those days.
I was wondering when Tor was going to go another direction, but I guess it didn't do any good.
Those Hyundais are something.
So, is this the first Land Rover? That's what I'm.
He says, "To heck with it."
Oh gosh.
There you go.
Maybe.
There you go.
Something crazy's going to happen.
The size of,
look at that bonnet.
Look at that bonnet's awesome.
Just in time for Easter.
They still have their determination, their courage, and their badges. What they don't have is their fugitive. Can you beat that? Our hero has done it again. 3 out of 3 ain't bad.
Wow, can you imagine it starting off with a day where he's eating mothballs would turn into this?
Seriously, it was.
The classic example of this movie's got it all.
There you go.
Eating mothballs, dangerous men, extreme. Oh,
Yeah,
a clever
now
duck.
they grown a
Can
pair.
you do, John? Can you do in a world where do your voice
In a
over?
world
Yeah, seriously.
where evil runs rampant, and it's down to Harold Lloyd and a duck.
Awesome.
Okay, all right. Well,
Awesome.
we're clearly on another reel at this point. And we are looking at
wow.
2 hours of show here, so we should probably wind it up, guys.
That was awesome.
Oh, my jaws hurt from laughing so much tonight.
George Animal Steel was such a good actor. Yeah, right?
That guy
He did look a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, he did have a good George the Animal Steel look to him. There was also Steve started this as well. This was the period of Hollywood when they would just straight up kill extras to spice things up. And Adina jumping in there. It's not a real Hollywood movie unless a few extras die.
Wow.
Where of course just we're kidding. We're kidding. None of this is real. Nobody got hurt, as far as we know. I mean,
maybe the animals.
Well, we don't know what happened to the horse, Joe. I mean, come on, Joe. The horse just ran off.
Yeah, there was no wrap up to the duck. We don't know what happened with all the cats. Yeah, it's nuts. I'm assuming everybody turned out fine and not dead. Wink, wink.
Oh my goodness.
Once again, the Chocolate Patch is off running. The duck was delicious.
Terrible. That's terrible. They only do that to the extras. I've been there. I've seen it happen. Oh gosh. We've got still a few things to talk about, and one of them is our second mention. Joe Townsend.
Yay! Yay!
We need something serious right about now after all that laughter.
If you've decided that maybe you want to go back to a fear response as opposed to the laughter response, of course, joetownsend.com is the place to go. And we have got a big autumn coming up for you, Mr. Townsend. Would you like to tell the folks about it?
Yes, thank you, sir. Well, as the promo states, we are going to have a new collection of various links of fiction, 13 tales of trial and terror, with a common element I'll leave to the imagination, coming this fall. Prepare to be scared and maybe have a few laughs too along the way.
That is the beauty of the Joe Townsend universe. There's humor, there's horror, there's all kinds of things that make you react. All kinds of things that get the heart a pumping, get the blood gushing through one's veins and arteries.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, Jimmy, no, I didn't mean to hit that one. Sorry. Hit remove, cue it back, and remove. No, wait, remove. Wait, which one am I removing? Oh, it's gone. Okay, folks, it's never been an orderly show. It's never been a show well done.
Yeah, exactly. Thank God, Joe's right. This is so much fun to do. So much fun just to watch you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Barry,
thank you for being with us tonight. You added so much to it.
As
well as the folks in the what are we calling them tonight?
Chuckle Patch. The Chuckle Patch. Yeah.
I think we'll be sticking with that. I was actually in a sketch comedy group. Oh my gosh, Chris Regan was too. He was in the same group called Uncle Zeno's Chuckle Patch.
That's cool.
It eventually was called Big City Comedy, but it started out as Chuckle Patch. Yeah. Barry the K, where can people find you on the internet if they want to look at your beautiful pictures? Maybe engage a photographer if they're in the tri-state area.
I mean, my website. If you Google, it would be easier to do that. If you Google Korbman, my last name, KorbmanandCompany.com.
Obviously with a K.
Barry the K, KorbmanandCompany.com. Yeah.
KorbmanandCompany.com. You guys do all kinds of events and situations that would love a lovely photographer on there. Korbman and Company, folks. You gotta check out their beautiful, beautiful photographs. And of course, Barry the K. Thank you so much.
No, I can't thank you guys enough. This was so much fun. And again, just participating in this is just hysterical. It's like such therapy for the soul, It really is. It really is.
It is. And it was a treat to have everybody who was able to stay with us through all of our technical difficulties tonight.
Yeah, really. They hung in there.
They hung in there. I do love this hashtag from Steve and Adina. Hashtag heckling from home.
Yeah, exactly. Heckling from home.
So good. So good. And hey, when Chris Regan says you had a great show, you had a great show.
Thank you, Chris. And Barry, thank you again. It was a pleasure meeting with you and getting to know you a little bit tonight. And please,
Joe, buddy,
heckle from home. And even more importantly, please come back and join us soon.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Joe. Yeah. Absolutely.
We will get you back on the show for sure, Barry. What an absolute pleasure it was. And
thank you, gentlemen.
I'm really bad at wrapping these things up, so let's just wrap this thing up. Thanks for being with us this week, and we'll see you next week.
Grab your popcorn, warm up your TV. Captain John, Commander Joe got something to see. We're all back in time to the golden past. With the Retro Rangers, oh, it's such a blast. We're flying high with the Retro Ranger. Give it a try, and don't be a stranger, Ranger. Strap yourself in for a fun-filled flight. Retro Rangers are flying tonight. Retro Rangers. Retro Rangers, Retro Rangers, Retro Rangers, Retro